Hello everyone! Bruno, Gert and I are in Copenhagen for the European Power Platform Conference 2026, and in this special edition of the Power Minutes we will share all the highlights of the conference with you. Scott Duro just provided a very interesting demo on the workflows inside the new Copilot Studio, where you can use AI to do classifications in a very easy way, and where you can even build agents in line the workflow.
But what it allows us to do is take some input and use an AI, a model, to kind of determine a branch.
If you want to perform a test within Power Automate for a flow, you always have to perform a test for the whole flow. But in the new workflows experience inside the new Copilot Studio experience, it's possible to test node per node or only one specific node, one step. However, too much to cover in this video, so I promise we will make a special Power Minutes episodes about these workflows in Copilot Studio.
And I can have a workflow call an agent. I can have an agent use a workflow as a tool, right? And so these things are really family together in a really powerful way.
Also announced are the Copilot Studio migration tools, making it possible to migrate agents you have created in Cloud or in the old Copilot Studio into a new Copilot Studio modern agent using all the new stuff that was announced, like the memory, the skills, and the workflows.
And of course, the next step we suggest is, hey, now that you have that modern agent created for you, in a matter of minutes with that new tool, go run the same evaluation set and see if it's still doing as good or better as your previous agent.
And if you are wondering, oh, the skills and the memory, what are those? Then I have good news, because earlier this week we have already launched a first Power Minutes video about this topic. Within the new interface of Copilot Studio, you can select a model for the full agent, but even for specific steps, like, oh, for that task I can use a mini model from OpenAI, and for another more difficult task or whatever, I want a model of Anthropic. Because as you may know, that mini model is the most cheap one, and if it's performant enough, why would you not use it? In the first keynote this morning, it was announced that Copilot Cowork has now an HTML skill, making it possible to generate HTML artifacts looking like something in between an app and a dashboard connected to your Dataverse and Fabric data. It is now general available for you to use on enterprise scale. And we also learned how you can transform your agent into an autonomous agent, an autopilot.
You basically are saying, make this agent an autopilot with a true M365 identity. I can read this little descriptor here and click add account, and all I really have to do is give it a name. It's named whatever you put here, and give it an email address.
There is a new management rule announced for Agent 365, where you can reassign the ownership of an agent built in Copilot Agent Builder to the manager of the maker of the agent who has left the company.
Because they let them build an agent and deploy it without having a succession plan in place. So this is their fault. They chose this life.
Also, local agents created on managed devices can be now governed inside Agent 365.
And we're able to do this through the power of Intune and Defender. So I'll start out here in OpenClaw. And again, right off the bat, I can see important information.
Giving you a view on unmanaged agents running on local devices on behalf of the user which has created those agents. And in this way, you can govern the agents that are used within your organization you even didn't know you had. It was demoed for the first time ever here on this conference, how to build a code app using AI, of course, in Visual Code Studio, and connecting with the admin API, the governance IQ, to set up a Power App that shows all the answers on the questions about governance.
It's filtering for apps, flows, agents, and you can start prompting it and do whatever you want. All you're doing is you're talking to GitHub.
You had previously answered in the End-of-Life Center of Excellence Toolkit. Now you can generate your own app to give all those information and answers in just a few minutes.
So how long did it take you to set the COE toolkit kit up in the past?
Too long.
Right. How many times did it break? Okay, there you go.
And let's finalize this video with a quote from Scott Duro. When you're vibe coding on platforms like Lovable, you're just building a user interface. But when you are working with a Power Platform, you have a fully managed platform. You have a safe place to build enterprise-ready solutions together with agents. Alright, this was our video, our Power Minutes video about EPPC 2026. Thank you for watching. Keep on following Appfie and Appfie Power Minutes on LinkedIn and YouTube, and see you next time. Ciao, ciao!
Bye.